All right, so the Oklahoma City Thunder have an epic collapse to the Minnesota Timberwolves at home, losing this game 131 to 128 in overtime. And it really just felt like the Oklahoma City Thunder could not make adjustments in the fourth quarter in OT, allowing the Minnesota Timberwolves to once again shut down SGA. And this came in a moment where the Oklahoma City Thunder, where you let a guy like Chet have the night off. Hartenstein goes out there, and at the time, what a lot of people thought was a bloody nose ended up being a facial contusion, which is why you did not see him return in that game. And ultimately, maybe he could have made an impact down the stretch, but a lot of people probably turned the game off when it was a 25-point lead for Oklahoma City. And now you've got one of the most uncharacteristic losses of the season. So today we got to talk about it, break it down, because there's a chance if Oklahoma City has to see the Minnesota Timberwolves in the playoffs, they could be the team to knock the Oklahoma City Thunder out. Before we do that, though, as always, I want to hear from y'all. So join the discussion. Jump down in the comments below. Give me your thoughts. If you're new to the channel, help us grow. Be a part of the community here. Join the discussion. Hit that like. Hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you guys be a part of this growing community. But as I said, Thunder lost this game 131 to 128 in overtime. And SGA goes out there, scores 39 points in this game, 11 to 20 shooting from the field, shot fairly well, 14 to 17 from the line, which is funny. Coach Finch, on Facing the Thunder, he says, it's so frustrating to play this team because they foul a ton. They foul all the time, and then you can't really touch Shea. It's frustrating. Last night, the Thunder only shot 20 free throws. The Timberwolves shot 28. Free throw attempts tonight, Thunder 29, Timberwolves 39. You saw the Thunder with 49 total over these past two games, and the Timberwolves of 67. Usually, if you're a head coach, you're not complaining about your team shooting free throws. So very odd there, but obviously Shea goes out there. He does what he wants to. Timberwolves fans will say he's a free throw merchant, things like that. But Oklahoma City ultimately ties, splits the series here, 1-1 over these past two games, and then they split the series overall for the season, 2-2. Here's how I look at it. With it being a 2-2 split, both teams got to win on the other's home court. This is a game where it would just come down to whoever had home court advantage, I think, in a 7-game series. But you look at what the Timberwolves are able to do, I feel like they have one of the better recipes to go out there and beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 7-game series. You see a guy like Jaden McDaniels who's been able to put absolute clamps on SGA at times. And then you got a guy like Anthony Edwards who can go out there and drop 50 on you when he wants to. And then you see the Minnesota Timberwolves with a guy like Rudy Gobert down in the paint who can be an absolute force for them. You got Julius Randle, who didn't play the past two times as well. But it is noteworthy that when Oklahoma City played the Timberwolves in the first meeting of the season, we had to play them with Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. They were fully healthy. You only had Hart. You did not have Chet at that time. And the Oklahoma City Thunder won that game 113 to 105. So that is noticeable. But tonight was one of the most uncharacteristic losses we've seen from the Oklahoma City Thunder in a long time. Like, the Thunder do not blow 25-point leads. The Thunder do not get held to only 26 points in fourth quarter and overtime total, while the other team goes out there and scores 51 points in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. You just don't see that. And you especially don't see that when Oklahoma City shoots 42.5% from the field and 30% from three, while your opponents only shoot 28% from three and 45.4% from the field. Oklahoma City created 13 turnovers. They only lost the rebounding battle by 1. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it comes down to Oklahoma City, as Coach Finch said, fouling too much, giving the Minnesota Timberwolves the benefit of the doubt to get to the line. Now, obviously, there were calls in this game a lot of people did not agree with. I did not agree with. But the Thunder played uncharacteristic basketball. They did not play disciplined. And in the fourth quarter, they looked very lackadaisical. They looked like they had it wrapped up, and like they should have been on the bench. That's literally what it looked like. It looked like they were ready to go to the bench, and then the Timberwolves came out firing on all cylinders. They came out hot, and the Thunder couldn't get their feet back underneath them. And ultimately, you ended up with this game where you should have walked out probably winning by at least 15 points, and you end up losing it by 3. Where the whole first half of the game, you felt like you dominated. Your defense was playing well. Offensively, you were firing on all cylinders, and then you just couldn't close it out. That's really what it came down to. You just couldn't close it out. Now, it is important to know we're going to have to see what is going to happen with Isaiah Hartenstein, if he's going to miss any time with the facial contusion that he got tonight. Obviously, if he misses any amount of time, you would expect Chet will probably play back-to-backs if that's something he's going to do. But the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to go to Brooklyn. And you would imagine this is going to be a big bounce-back game for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you feel bad for the Brooklyn Nets and what's going to be coming towards them, because the Oklahoma City Thunder have now heard the noise. They're going to hear the fan base compare them to OU men's basketball losing to LSU, or OU football blowing the inexcusable game to Missouri, or the 3-9 Oklahoma State Cowboys football team. Like, that's what they're going to start hearing over the next couple of days. This is going to be on the level of those kind of collapses all season long. And they're going to want to go out there, reshape the narrative, and put some faith back into the fans that this isn't going to happen again. But the fact that we've seen Oklahoma City at times, and this isn't the first time we've seen them play uncharacteristic basketball, undisciplined basketball. This is concerning because you do not want to see something like this in the playoff against teams like the Timberwolves, who match up very well against you. Now, when you are fully healthy, you're firing on all cylinders. I really don't think it's up for argument. The Thunder are the better team. But you've got to be able to get Shea open. If you can't get Shea the ball and Shea can't get easy buckets, obviously that means they're double teaming him. You need to find the open man. And last night, I think you saw the difference that Chet makes between last night and tonight. And if you have Chet tonight, maybe this is a 25 or 30 point blowout for Oklahoma City. But instead, you end up dropping one, and you are now 46-11 on the season. And now your only hopes is to win 27 out of 28 games to end the regular season, which if they still end up somehow pulling that off and winning 27 out of 28 games, Oklahoma City fans are not going to scoff at that too much. But the Oklahoma City Thunder playing one of the most uncharacteristic nights of basketball we've seen from them in a long time, where, you know, the plus minuses were heavily in favor of Oklahoma City. It just came down to bad fourth quarter play and really good fourth quarter play from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I want to hear from y'all. What were your guys' thoughts about the game? Join the discussion. Jump in the comments below. Give me your thoughts. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and hit that subscribe button.